Tuesday afternoon, late Tuesday afternoon video right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 669. Thank you all for watching, and as always, make sure you like that video, smash that like button, stick it straight up your you-know-what, and subscribe to this channel and all my other channels, which are down in the description box below. And as always, hit me up on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you dare. And share the video all over the internet. And most importantly, tap that bell or share the video and tap that bell, turn on all notifications so you don't miss a goddamn thing. And hopefully my videos will go out to you. If not, then I can't help you. I can't help you for that. But if this is your first time watching, welcome to the channel. Subscribe to this channel if you like the content, and show my other channels your love and support. And welcome to the party, pal! And I hope you enjoy the ride. And if not, hop off. Bottom line, that's all I gotta say about that. Excuse me. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, on this Tuesday afternoon, October the 11th, 2022, hope you had a great Tuesday, wherever you may be, or if it's Wednesday in Japan. Wherever you may be, hope you had a great day, and if not, well, too bad for you. And that's pretty much it. And that's that. So, it is what it is. So, gotta keep it quiet because the miss tonight. But anyway, on this Tuesday, got a lot of stuff to talk about. Baseball tonight, with the Yankees are about to start in about an hour. Earlier today, the Philadelphia Phillies beat the shit out of the Braves. Thank you. Can you do it 2 more times, please? But we'll see what happens with that. So the Phillies won Game 1 of the best-of-5 series, the National League Division Series against the Braves. So that's good. See what happens tomorrow in Game 2. Also, the Houston Assholes play the Seattle Mariners. Game is still on. I don't know the score. I'm not really caring about that. Like I said, Yankees are playing in about an hour from now at that construction site in the Bronx. And at 9:30, we got the Padres and the Dodgers. And we'll see what happens with that. In baseball, about 2 hours, about an hour and a half from now, we got the Rangers season opener at the Garden. And I was going to go, but I had other plans, so I had to ditch my ticket, which sucks. But yeah, I had things come up, and couldn't go, so I gave it to one of my friends. So, but I am going to watch the game, but that's that. So we'll see what happens with the Rangers tonight. Game 1 of 82 against the Eastern Conference champion Tampa Bay Lightning. See if we get revenge for Game 6 of the playoffs a couple of months ago. So we got that. Also, we got NXT tonight as we roll on to Halloween Havoc coming up in about 2 weeks. Some interesting stuff. We got Alba Fire taking on JC Jane of Toxic Attraction. Who's going to win that? We don't know. And also we got another match. I forgot what it was. We got some interesting stuff happening on NXT tonight, and we'll see what happens with that. So an interesting Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday night of sports action, and then that's pretty much it. All right. So other than that, like I said, hope you had a great day. I had a decent day until about an hour ago. Not minus giving away my Rangers tickets, but just something that caught my eye on YouTube that I want to address right off the bat. I don't mean to do it, but I think it needs to be addressed. and that is I saw a video just now from, well, not earlier, I should say, from my good buddy Eric Lima, part of the Rant Rate podcast, and he did a video which basically made me sad. And I felt, watching him, and it was hard for him to even do the video. He looked like he was about to cry in half the video, but kept it together and everything. And it was just, damage control, of people accusing him of things and stuff like that, and basically taking a bullet for, the Rant Rate podcast and Jordan and Brandon and everything. But, watching it and seeing his demeanor, it felt like, like I knew what Eric was talking about. Everybody's talking about false accusations with me and the things I've done and shit like that. So it kind of put me into a little bit of perspective. I'm like, oh, I feel your pain, Eric. I've been hit with false accusations. I had to own up to my responsibilities and my actions and stuff like that. But, you can't please everybody on this website, and you can't please everybody in the real world, which people really need to get into. But, what are you going to do? But I hope, Eric, you get over, I know you're sad that, what happened with everything, and I just hope you can move on from this and, don't have to worry about this shit anymore. But that's what YouTube is, a whole bunch of drama whores and people that don't know you from a hole in the wall. They don't know who the real person is behind the camera. It's the same thing. It's the same bullshit. But, it's like that old saying, you take the good, you take the bad, you take them both, and there you have the facts of life. The facts of life. Or, as my good friend David Lee Roth once sang, you gotta roll with the punches to get to what's real. And some of you need to get punched to get to what's real on this website. Well, it is what it is. But, in any case, it just shook me up a little bit with his video, and yeah, I've taken bullets for even most of my friends. I've taken bullets for, like, Nick and Chase and everybody, and I lost friendships and everything. I threw people under the bus, and I didn't mean to, and I take full responsibility for that. I mentioned that before in my moving on video on my rant channel. If you can go and watch that. But we all go through life, and we all have things that we think we're doing the right thing, and it turns out we did the wrong thing, and we shouldn't have gotten involved in that stuff. But then in reality, it might have been a good thing, might have been a bad thing, but I mean, it's life, and we just gotta roll with the punches, like I said, and keep going. Eventually the people that we hurt, maybe will come around after a couple of years, and then, they'll come back and say, hey, I'm sorry for all the shit that happened like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whatever. Well, it was 10, and then I don't know why you apologized to me 10 years ago, but, But, it's life, and just believe in yourself, and hopefully everything will be okay. And just live life to the fullest, regardless of what happens. I know, people, you have to take responsibility for your actions. I've taken plenty of responsibility for my actions over the 13 years on this goddamn forsaken website and 45 years on this goddamn planet. But, I have a life to live, and I shouldn't let these things get to me, but I do, because it hurts, and because some of these things that are said about me, are really off the wall. And, I shouldn't put people that I love and support in harm's way, but, I have to defend myself, even if it's a good or a bad thing. But It is what it is. But Eric, I don't know. He's probably not listening. I might share this video with him later. But I know where you're coming from, dude. And I know you're upset and you're sad. I understand that. I just hope everything gets settled with Jordan and everybody on the Rant and Rave podcast, Brandon and everybody, and everybody else that you mentioned in the video. And I just hope everything gets better for you. And if you need to take some time off the Rant and Rave podcast, that's fine. I think Jordan and Brandon and everybody on the podcast will allow you to take some time off just to heal mentally and physically. And that's pretty much it. So get better, dude. And I'm praying for you. I hope everything gets better. And we'll see what happens with that. And we'll move on. So that's all I got to say about that situation. But that's that. So as far as I go, I already talked about it in my moving on video. And I'm still trying to move on. But, it's hard to try to move on and get better because, these people just love to get you goat and just won't shut their traps half the time. But, and that's basically what I got to say. That's it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to something more positive, and that's your Monday Night Raw review from last night at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. A hop, skip, and jump away from me. Not that I was gonna go anyway. I don't like going to the Barclays Center. Barclays Center's a joke of a freaking arena. I've been in there twice. Actually, a few times, not a couple times, but it's mostly for Rangers Icelander games, and it's a nice looking arena, but I just don't like going there half the time. But that's basically what I got to say about that. I've never been in there for wrestling or concerts or anything, but just it's just like a dinky dink arena. Kind of like Yankee Stadium, a big dump. But I digress on that. All right. So last night was the season premiere of Monday Night Raw from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. And we're going to see what the new season brings with, Triple H in charge, Stephanie as well in charge. Hi, Steph. And we're going to see what happens. So it's the 25th anniversary of DX. We have the Bloodline. We the ones, like the prophecy, we are the ones. And you are number twos. So we had the Bloodline there. We had Bobby Lashley taking on Seth freaking Rollins for the United States title. And the aftermath of a pretty damn good Extreme Rules pay-per-view with the return of Bray Wyatt and the Wyatt 6, they're calling it. And we did have some more clues, if you were watching. Some of you might have not seen it, but there were clues during Raw about Bray Wyatt. We were supposed to see Bray Wyatt. They announced, Bray Wyatt's up next and this and that. And we didn't see it. We just saw what happened at Extreme Rules. And then later in the show, we find out we have another video which basically showed the picture of the new Wyatt 6 logo with I don't know what kind of animal that is, but if you look closely with the QR code, the first QR code which we're doing the Miz segment, it led to that picture. But if you look in the picture, it's a JLV, and if you know letters and alphabet, J is the number 10, L is the number 14, and V is the number 22. So that's 10, 14, 22, which is Friday Night SmackDown. So Bray Wyatt will be going to SmackDown. Hopefully we'll see him on SmackDown. And I don't know what he's going to do and what his first feud might be. I would love to see him and Braun Strowman go at it. but I don't know if he'll be the one to beat Roman, or it might be somebody else like Cody Rhodes. But I mean, we'll see what happens on SmackDown this Friday night from New Orleans, or New Orleans, NOLA, whatever you want to call it. And we'll see what happens with that. And that's that. All right, so let's get into this this review. Just got things to do, and I want to take a little nap. I had a rough day, or tiring day. I'm kind of tired, so I want to rest up for a little bit, and then watch the Rangers, and then watch NXT later. And that's that. All right, so we're from the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, like I said, and our new commentary team this season of Corey Slave and the new play-by-play guy, Kevin Patrick. And boy, the commentary was boring as fuck. Why did you put Kevin Patrick in that spot? Why? Could have just kept Jimmy Smith, just kick Byron to backstage? Or just fire Byron Saxton? I just thought commentary was flat, except for Corey Graves with his quirks here and there, but I just felt flat. And then I know tonight we got Vic Joseph and Booker T, sucker. See how that goes. And then Friday we got Michael Cole and Bad News Weed Babbitt, which I think is pretty damn good. Last Friday night was pretty good commentary, I thought. So we'll see what happens with that. Also, Kathy Kelly's back, doing really not on TV, but she's doing digital, like after Raw things and stuff like that, digital exclusives and stuff like that. So I think Sarah Schreiber and now Byron are going to do the interviews now. Okay. And then on SmackDown, we got Kayla Braxton and Erin Moore. And that's that. And then NXT, we have Mackenzie Mitchell, of course. So we'll move on from that. All right, so we start the show off with DX. Well, 3 parts of DX. We got the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. We got the Road Dogg, Jesse James. Oh, you didn't know? You might as well call somebody. And we had Sean Waltman, otherwise known as X-Pac. X-Pac! Alright, they're in the gorilla position and about to go out, and then they start talking to Triple H, who was wearing the headset at the gorilla position, because he runs the show. That was kind of weird. But anyway, so he gets off the headset and basically tells them to be nice, good Christian boys. No swearing, no cursing, no dick jokes, stuff like that. And they're like, okay, we can't say this and that. Then they start cursing up a storm. Road Dogg's like, penis, 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 right? And then we see, oh, there's 4 cocks over there. It was hilarious. They're cursing up a storm, and I mean, whoever had the 7 second delay, Kevin Dunn, was like pressing it like boom, 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 boosty button, every 5 seconds. But it's hilarious. It's amusing, and it's it's what DX does. But missing his daddy ass Billy Gunn, that would have been more hilarious. But and you gotta pay respect to China too. And that's that. So I gave that first segment 3.5 out of 5 stars because it's just so funny at times. But it is what it is. All right. So then after that we get the pyro. We get the stupid theme. Which why is it still there? It's a season premiere. Can we get a new theme? Can we get a new stage? Anyway, so after that, we go to Corey Slave, who introduces Kevin Patrick as the new play-by-play guy. Nobody cared. And then we actually get to something more positive, and that's the Bloodline. And our tribal chief. We must acknowledge our tribal chief, the undisputed, undefeated unified champion Roman Reigns. He comes out with the rest of his family, Solo Sikoa, the Enforcer, the Usos, the undisputed, undefeated tag team champions of the world, and our good friend Sami Zayn, otherwise known as Generico. Well, he used to play Generico. He used to be Generico, and Generico still. That guy needs to get deported. I'm serious. That guy runs away from the orphanage, stealing orphans from the orphanage in Mexico, underneath that stupid mask, and then he comes to America, takes off the mask. Hey, I'm Sami Zayn. It is what it is. All right, so they get in the ring, and the wise man, my name is Paul Heyman, gives Roman the mic, does his usual shtick. Brooklyn, New York, acknowledge me. Stuff like that. He said he likes to move forward, but he can't move on past what happened on Friday with Jay being a hothead and all that shit. And his dad said the loudest in the room is also the weakest in the room, so kind of like the weakest. You are the weakest in. Goodbye. So he says there's a weak link in the bloodline, and if you're loud and in the bloodline, you're a fool. Then he goes over to Jay and goes, "Are you a fool?" And then there's like a little bickering between them. And then Sami cuts him off. Heyman goes nuts. He's like, "What are you doing?" Says that Roman made Jay Sami's responsibility, so you take over. The fans are going nuts for Sami. Big humongous pop that guy gets. He is so over. He's a national treasure. He steals orphans from the orphanage in Mexico. So Sami talks about how close he and Roman have gotten before, talking about how great Solo Sikoa is. And then Jay asks if Roman really believes this bullcrap. And then Matt Riddle, of all people, Riddle comes out, and they go back and forth. And then he's like, polls the audience. He goes, should I get one more shot at the title? Roman's like, yeah. No, you don't get a shot. So anyway, Roman asks if anybody's going to step to the plate. Actually, Riddle says that, I should say. Jay volunteers. Sami says, "Hey, Sami, why don't you go fight him?" And then they go into a whole thing with yeet. Yeet, yeet, yeet. It's like, hey, you can't say that. That's the Bloodlines thing. Yeet, yeet, yeet. The fans start a freaking yeet chant, because that's what New York fans do. And then Jay tells Sami to handle his business, and then we get this match. That's it. So I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars for that. It is what it is. The storyline with Sami and Jay, and what's going to lead to, in the next month or two. With the eventual kicking out of Sami. Oh, that's gotta be nuclear heat. Oh. Shut up, you. Oh. It's not Christmas.
That's what I mean. You're the one who's doing that.
I didn't say ho ho ho. I said ho ho ho.
You used to do that, my mother.
She's up, ladies and gentlemen. She's up.
Goat, rabbit, sheep. Which one are you? You're very good.
You sound like Woody Woodpecker.
No, you sound exactly like a fucking sheep.
Okay.
That's a guard.
You're a riot. Anyway, see how me and the missus' legendary banter is legendary? She's a legend in her own mind, though, but...
Yeah, right.
Anyway, I'm not going to get into that. All right. Shut up. Anyway, then we get a long recap of Extreme Rules, if you missed it.
I missed it.
Well, you weren't here.
Was it?
Oh, yeah, you were sleeping when I was watching it.
Because you're boring.
I'm not boring. You're boring.
You made me want.
Okay, but you still watch?
No, I'm forced to.
It's true.
I'm in the room. The consequences of my life.
Will you stop?
Will you start?
I didn't start anything.
Don't take 2 damn hours.
Will you stop, Heenan?
You're not getting paid.
I wish I was getting paid. Alright, anyway. So we got that. And then we get to our first official match of the night. Austin Theory, you know, the guy that still has that goddamn briefcase. Yeah, that's what I think of Austin Theory. Jobber that he is. Takes on Johnny Wrestling, Johnny Gargano. Alright, so the fans start chanting, Johnny Wrestling! As we get the start. He takes over with a good kick to the head. Then the slingshot DDT to the apron is blocked. Theory hits a suplex on the apron. Ow! As we go to break, come back. Johnny hits a slingshot spear for a near fall, or the gotcha spear. And then Theory gets a near fall of his own. Goes for 8 down. That gets broken up, but Theory puts Gargano in his own finishing move, Gargano Escape, which Gargano does escape from. But then he puts on his version of the Gargano Escape. That gets broken up. Theory then hits a super kick for a near fall. And then he's like, it's time! No, not for the main event, but it's time to put him away. Goes for the rolling, I think he was trying for one final beat. It was cut off by Gargano hitting a suplex, then a running, diving DDT to the floor, knocked Austin silly, throws him back in, then he hits one final beat, 1, 2, 3, Johnny Gargano gets the win, and once again, Theory gets jobbed out. So the Vince McMahon experiment, goodbye. Hunter's like, you're a jobber. Get out of here! Basically, that's where Theory's going. He's going down the toilet, into catering, having a nice, big, juicy steak with Titus and the other bitches and schmucks that are in catering, like Nikki Asshole, and Dana Brooke, and R-Truth, and Titus, of course. Then he has, a nice cookie. That's where he's going. He's going to catering. Fuck him. Is he going to ever use that briefcase? Probably not. Not anytime soon. And if he does, we all know he's going to lose. God forbid he's going to cash in on Roman. Just get rid of that fucking briefcase. It's like have a match where some schmuck, I don't care who it is, wins the briefcase and he tries to cash in on Roman and loses. Because Roman ain't losing anytime soon. Not at Crown Jewel, not at Day 1, probably not at the Royal Rumble, maybe at WrestleMania. Or even after that. God forbid. We don't know. And who does it? Who knows? Cody, Bray, Killer Cross, I don't know. Ain't gonna be Braun Strowman. But we'll see what happens with that. Alright, so I gave the match 2.5 out of 5 stars. And we'll move on from there. Alright, then we go to... Right? What? Okay. Alright, after that, we go to our second match of the night. Chad Gable, sheesh, thank you, of the Alpha Academy with a big fat man himself, Otis. He takes on our good friend, the man that's not the father of Dominic Mysterio. That's Booyaka Booyaka Rey Mysterio. Pretty decent match. Not great. Gable goes after Rey's arm to start, gets taken down to the mat and into an armbar. Then the head scissors puts Gable on the floor. Then the sliding sunset bomb sends him into the barricade. Ow! And then we see Dominic Mysterio and his mommy, Rhea Ripley. Take him out. Why not? Continue the feud. We go to break and come back. Gable hits a German suplex for a near fall. Then locks in the ankle lock. That gets broken up. Raiden up sends him into the ropes, and it's time to dial it up. It's time for the 619. Excuse me, he hits that. Then a quick slingshot splash. 1, 2, 3. Gets a fast... 4, 5, 6, yeah. No, he got 5, like King Kong Bundy. Always ask for a 5 count, like Big E used to do back in NXT. Weird? Okay. But anyway, Ray gets the win. Match was alright. Gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Ray then gets surrounded by Dominic and Rhea. Dominic gets in the ring, and he does what he's been doing for the last couple weeks, put his hands behind his back and say, "Hit me, puppy! Hit me! Even though you're not my puppy!"
Sounds sexual.
How is that sexual? What is wrong with you? Anyway, so he tells his dad to slap him some more, and Ray's like, "I'm not gonna do it. No, why, Dom?" You know. And then the rest of Judgment Day come in. Ray fights him off, and then Ray tries to hit the 619 on Fiend Balor, but Dominic makes the save. And then Dominic's like, "Come on, hit me already!" And then Ray starts walking away. And then Dominic is like, slaps the fucking shit out of his dad. And then Ray's like crying like a little bitch. I'm like, why? Why, Dom? Because you're not my puppy, you asshole! You pendejo! Anyway, so then after that, basically Ray got the fucking shit beat out of him. Dominic hits the 619 of his own, and then basically that's it. So they're kind of leading up to what could be Ray versus Dom, and probably Ray's last match. I'd love to see Dom retire Rey Mysterio. That would really hurt him, holy. Make Eddie Guerrero happy, right, Eddie? What should I dare say to make him retire? But it is what it is, so we got that. So yeah, they're leading to Ray and Dom. Don't know when it's gonna happen. People saying this should go all the way up to maybe the Royal Rumble, maybe the Mania. I don't think it should last all the way for 7 months. But, you know, there's been feuds that lasted years. Not even years, but I should say year. Like, Generico and Steen lasted over a year. Back in Ring of Honor, when Ring of Honor was actually good. Now they're just basically on AEW television half the time. Which makes no sense. I mean, they're a company, you have people there, you have belts that are on a different company's program. I mean, you can say the same thing with New Japan. Some people came over in New Japan, they bought the belt. Like Moxley. Jay White bought the IWGP Championship over. Good no, was it Good Brothers? I think it was the Good Brothers bought over the IWGP Tag Champs one time. But, yeah, Tony Khan, I mean, what are you waiting for? You're waiting to, really sign this Ring of Honor TV deal what channel it's going to be on? At what time? I'd rather just make Rampage Ring of Honor TV on Friday night at 10. I don't know what Tony's going to do with Ring of Honor. He doesn't even know what to do because he doesn't really own it. He owns half of it. He owns half the company with Joe Goff. We don't even see that guy. And Sinclair Broadcasting. Fuck Sinclair. Not Todd Sinclair, but Sinclair Broadcasting. You know, Rosen likes Todd Sinclair, so. We don't know where he went. I think he fell off the face of the earth. I don't know. But we get that. We move on from there. Alright, so looks like I said, Ray Dom coming up. I don't know when. So we got that. Alright, then after we go to break, we come back. Judgment Day's still in the ring. They start bragging about how great they are right now. Finn starts bragging, about, beating Edge in that I Quit match. Rhea talks about Beth fucking Finn, what she did to her. Then we see a recap of that, because Bal's like, oh, let's see it again. Balor even said, "I'm too legit to quit." Whatever, how that MC Hammer used to do that back in the 90s. Alright, so we see that, and then Dominic says that Conchero did it for him because that was the best part of the night and everything, besides beating up his dad. Then they bring up AJ Styles, the phenomenal AJ Styles. And basically they give him an ultimatum. It says, you either join us or you're going to get your ass kicked. So on cue, AJ comes out and says he needs some friends to help him, even if not even family. So he gets in the ring and says, you know what? You're right. So then he bends the knee. No, he's not asking Finn for marriage. Or maybe getting knighted, I don't know. So, see, he bends the knee in front of Balor. Balor picks him up. They shake hands, and then they hug. And then Finn's like, I knew you'd see the light. And then AJ's like, I wasn't talking about you, dude. And then we hear the music of, won't even hear the good music of the Good Brothers. Carl Anderson, the machine gun. And the big man who likes to talk about Wang, Luke Gallows, even though they never really mentioned that he's still the New Japan Never Openweight Champion. But we all know he's gonna lose that November the 5th at what's the next show called? Well, besides the one in New York at the end of the month, which I'm not going to. November the 5th in Japan is Autumn Brawl or Autumn something. Battle of Autumn, I don't know what it is. But yeah, November 5th, which is a Saturday night or Saturday, he's supposed to take on who's he taking on? Forget who it was. I think it's Coolio. Not Coolio. Coolio. For the Never Openweight Championship. He's gonna probably most likely lose it. Unless Hunter's like, you can bring the belt over. We don't care. But then we gotta talk to Mr. Miyamoto. I mean, not Mr. Miyamoto. Mr. Obari. The New Japan president. So people are like, WWE and New Japan have an agreement and stuff like that. I'm like, shut up. Like, they do not have an agreement. Not that I know of. Maybe the forbidden door open wide up again now. And then Mr. Roy's like, you can have a belt on your program. I don't know. But anyway, they come out not with their good theme, not with the Bullet Club theme, or even the OC theme. So they come out, everybody's like, holy shit! Because they ended their contract with Impact. We all knew they were going to go to the WWE, but not this soon. I thought they were going to come back at least by the Survivor Series. But anyway, they come out, and basically they beat the fucking crap out of Judgment Day. And then they stand tall, and that's pretty much it. Then in a digital exclusive, which you can see on the WWE's webpage and their YouTube page, they talk about them coming back, and then they do the Too Sweet thing with Kathy Kelly. That's that. And then New Japan is freaking, New Japan's Twitter is blowing up. They're liking the Good Brothers stuff, and then Jay White's liking it, and everybody else on the Bullet Club is like retweeting and everything. Interesting, isn't it? I think it's good. Not that there is a Bullet Club much anymore. I mean, Bullet Club Japan is basically Jay White's brand now. It's basically Jay White, Taiji Ishimori, the junior heavyweight champion, who's going to defend in a 4-way at the Tokyo Dome for Wrestle Kingdom 17 against Hiroshi Tanahashi. No, I'll take it back. Whatever his last name is. Hiromu Takahashi, I think his last name is. I think Ren Narita and not the Great Okan. I forgot the other guy's name. But it's a fatal 4-way for the Junior Heavyweight Championship. I hope Hiromu wins it again. I really do. I miss him with that belt. I miss him with Daryl, too. This little plush cat. But yeah, then we've also Jay White's defending against the G1 champion Okada for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Also, which was announced yesterday, I didn't even mention it yesterday. I didn't even mention it at all, but I'm going to mention it now. New Japan has a new belt coming. Another fucking belt. I mean, what's new? Now they have a world television title. They're going to have this tournament. I don't even know when it ends, I think, November the 5th or sometime in November, I think. But, yeah, they're going to have this tournament to crown a new World TV champion. And I looked at, they introduced the belt. It looks like shit. Like, where did they get this belt from? It has links in it. I'm like, what is this? I mean, if anybody's seen the belt, I mean, it looks hideous. Like, somebody, like, made it at a belt shop. I mean, actual, like, you know, put on your belt. I don't know. Not a great-looking belt. Even the women's title looks eh. That's supposed to be the, they're gonna crown that in November, too. I don't know who's gonna win it. I was hoping Mina Sakamura, maybe. Well, I don't think he's even in the tournament. If I had it my way, I think it's gonna be Julia who won in Stardom. I don't know. I really don't know who else. It might be a woman gaijin, or I don't know what you call women from America. I know men are gaijins. I think women are I forget what they are, but we'll see what happens with that. And who wins the women's title? Wins the World TV title? Jonah, you know, Bronson Reed is in it. The Great O'Khan is in it. Evil is in it. Sonata, people like that. Taichi, Zack Sabre Jr., Tomohiro Ishii, he's in it. Looks to be a good tournament. Who's going to win it? I don't know. But we'll see what happens by November and who wins that title. And we move on from there. But interesting to see, you know, Carl Anderson, a New Japan champion in WWE, but I don't think we're gonna see him with a belt or anything like that. Or even if they even mention it next week on the program, like Corey Graves might say, "Oh, Carl Anderson is a champion in Japan." So we'll see what happens with that. But looks like we got Judgment Day and the OC now in a faction feud, and I like it. We'll see how that goes, and we'll move on from there. But now you can add Rey Mysterio into that. Even though it's basically 4, and we put Edge as like 5, and then you can put that in War Games, but I don't think that's going to happen. I really don't think that's going to be the match at War Games. I think somehow Roman is going to be involved in War Games, or he defends the title. We'll see when we get there. Alright, so I gave that 3.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, after that, we go to the back with Byron Saxton. That's what I think of him. And originally he was with Bayley. Don't give me a hug, Bayley! So, Damage Control is all upset about Bianca beating Bayley at Extreme Rules in that ladder match. Then we see EO, my third wife, EO, looking... those legs. Those legs are almost as great as Issa's legs. Good lord. Yum! But I digress. Anyway. I shouldn't have said that, but whatever. They love me anyway. Alright, so we see EO and Dakota Kai. They're all pissed off about Bianca. And they promise that punishment is coming for Bianca. But tonight, Bayley has to get through Candice LeRae. Okay. Alright, so I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. And that's it. Alright, then we go into, I guess kind of like that parking lot on the back of the Barclays Center. So we see our tribal chief, Roman Reigns, the wise man, Paul Heyman, and the enforcer, Solo Sikoa. I guess they're leaving the building. And Jey Uso comes in. He's like, "Hey, where you going?" And Roman's like, well, I'm gonna go out on the town. This is New York City, and Heyman has set up something for me. Maybe going to a strip club. I don't know. Or maybe having a nice big juicy steak at an actual good diner. maybe what's the popular one in New York? I forget the. I know where it is, but I can't think of the name. But yeah, probably went to go have a big juicy steak with with the wise man, and he invites Solo Sikoa to come out. And Jay's like, we need to talk. And then Roman's like, no, we don't need to talk. You stay here because you need to be with Sammy. He says, I'm gonna go out and have fun. You get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. You're a hothead. Blah 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 blah. Jay is pissed. Like fuck it. Slams the door. And then we see Roman leave to go have a big juicy steak. I guess. I don't know. Alright, but, the pieces are forming, with the eventual end of the bloodline. When Sammy turns on everybody, or Sammy gets kicked out, and then costs the Usos the tag team titles, and Roman starts, Roman's next. Who's gonna beat him? I don't know. But maybe Sammy gets involved and costs Roman the championship. Which won't sit well with a lot of people, but... And that's it. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars as well. And we move on from that. Alright, then we go back to some wrestling action with our next match. We got Bayley, don't give me a hug, taking on Candice LeRae. Io and Dakota did not even come out for this match. I don't know why. It was a meh match, nothing great. We see Bayley with her ribs taped underneath her thing and everything. Selling the injuries from the ladder match, as you would expect. I mean, when we saw Bianca come out, which I'll get to in I'll get to in a minute. We saw her limping with her leg and everything. So they beat the crap out of each other and paid the price for it. So get that. All right, so Candice goes after those ribs, then hits a missile dropkick, sending Bayley to the floor. As we go to break, we come back. Candice starts favoring her knee. Then Bayley goes right after it. Then we get a DDT to the knee. Ow. Keeps Candice down, but the Rose Plant gets counted into a cradle. 1, 2, 3. A 1905 fruit roll-up gets Candice the win in just about 6 minutes. So I'm like, why would you make Bayley lose now? You're making Damage Control look like crap now. Maybe it was too soon to push the button and make them go on a humongous run. I don't know. But you're making Io lose to Bianca, which I thought was dumb. Now Bayley's lost 2 matches in a row. I don't like it. I don't like it, Hunter. I'm not liking it. Well, besides, how they're being portrayed. I mean, Io, just make Io a star. Let her just beat the fucking crap out of Bianca. Let her hold the title until Becky or Charlotte come back. So it's really not doing anything with Asuka. I think Asuka's now gone with her storyline knee injury. Or they just wrote her off. I don't know, which pisses me off. They should just release Asuka. Let her go back to Japan and be with Kairi. And eventually, Io's probably gonna say, I'm out too. She should have went to Japan when you had the chance at Io. But, Hunter wanted you back, and, Stephanie wanted you back too, so hopefully it works out. But, I don't know. Alright, so Candice gets the win. Match I gave 2.25 out of 5 stars. Afterwards, Io and Dakota come out, beat the crap out of Candice, and then Bianca Belair tries for the save, but then she gets beat down. And it looked like Bayley was gonna do some type of move on Bianca. Then she was like, I think supposed to hit an elbow and then drop Bianca on her title, and I guess she missed, or it was mistimed. I don't know. But anyway, Damage Control stands tall after that. So, it is what it is. Excuse me. And that's all I gotta say about that. And we move on. All right. Then we go to the back with The Miz, who celebrated his birthday. I think it was well, not Monday. It was on I think it was Monday. I think it was Monday. I forget when it was. But happy birthday to The Miz, 42 years old. He runs into his hot smoking, Maryse, his wife. And then during that, we see a QR code with a guy that's like, we see a guy, then we see on the back he has a QR code, which led to what I mentioned before, 10, 14, 22, SmackDown. So we get that. So he's not worried at all about Dexter ruining his birthday celebration, which is coming up after the break. And then Maryse gives him a gift, and it's a baseball bat. But not just any old baseball bat. I'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so we move on with that. Then we go, after our break, we go to the ring with Mrs. birthday celebration. We got balloons, gifts, an ice sculpture. I mean, Maryse went to town, she says, on this. And she says, that bat? Look who signed it. And then he mentions that the bat was signed by Jose Ramirez of the Cleveland Guardians. And he says, and Miz goes on a humongous rant about the Yankees and saying, Jose Ramirez is better than Aaron Judge. And the fans are like, boo! I'm like, you shouldn't have said that. I mean, Jose Ramirez is a great player and everything, but he'll never be Aaron Judge unless he takes a whole ton of steroids. But if I were the Yankees, I would watch out for that guy. Because if not, you're going to face Altuve anyway. And Altuve's your papi. That's all I got to say about that. Yankees are going to win 4. But they're going to lose to the Astros in 7. Again. But I digress on that. Alright, so talking about that gets the fans all riled up, blah, blah, blah. Maryse then says, hey, I got these for you too, and his massive red, inflatable balls to go with the bat. And he says, oh, I got you one more present. He's like, you can pick for anyone on the table. He says, oh, can I pick this one? So he picks out one big one. He can't lift it up. He's like, oh, this is heavy. What's in this? So eventually he pulls the box away to reveal Dexter Lumis is underneath the table. We see his big fat head. And then Miz is all scared, and Maryse is all scared, and Corey Graves like, screaming like a little bitch. So Miz puts the box back, then he takes the bat, starts trying to go whack-a-mole, bashing the freaking gifts on the freaking table. He flips over the table. Obviously, Dexter wasn't there. And then they're looking for Dexter, and then Dexter shows up from behind, and Maryse screams like a little bitch. And then Corey's like, Miz! Mike! Somebody! And then Dexter grabs him and tries to put the silencer on, and Miz is kicking and kicking and kicking. And then he kicks Maryse, and Maryse kind of fell into where the cake was, but kind of missed it. So they had to do it again. I think she missed her spot. I don't know. And then Miz just kicks her right in the ass, and then she falls. She goes right into the cake. So not the first time she's had stuff like that on her face. But anyway, so we get that, and then Maryse leaves. Actually, Maryse was left with Dexter, but then she leaves. And then Dexter goes over to the cake. He pulls out a knife, pops the balls. Then he cuts a piece of cake and he eats the cake. And then the face like, you got cake! You got cake! You idiot marks. But I digress. So, another week of The Miz and Dexter's. This has gone on for 7 weeks. What is the end game here? I want to know that. But we'll get to that in a second. So I gave all that 3.25 out of 5 stars. And that's that. Alright, after that, we go to the back. We have DX, well, 3/4 of DX again. X-Pac, Road Dogg, and Shawn Michaels. They're giving two guys a pep talk, and we see Joey Ace, the Grand Slam champion of Warriors of Wrestling, and another guy, we don't know his name, but it's Chico. His name is Chico. He has worked in Warriors of Wrestling for a little bit, but yeah, so there you go. So Joey Ace and Chico, even though I forgot it was Joey Torres, which I don't even think is his real name. And I forgot the other guy's they actually said their real names, but we all know them if you're a big fan of Warriors of Wrestling, Joey Ace and Chico. Not Chico and the Man, but Chico. So they're giving them a pep talk about facing the big black Diesel Omos. So they say, go get him, champ! You're gonna lose, but go get him! Then Miz and Maurice come in, they demand something be done about Dexter. And then Shawn Michaels says that you did something to Dexter, but Miz is like, I didn't do anything to him! Why is he attacking me? Why is he trying to kidnap me? I don't understand. So the Road Dogg thinks he's the booker, suggests a match between them for next week, and if Miz wins, Dexter is gone from the company, I guess. But if Dexter wins, he gets Miz's stab balls and gifts and a WWE contract. That makes no sense. He had a contract in NXT, I guess a main roster contract, I guess. Obviously, you know Dexter's gonna win. Obviously. Because it would make no sense to have Dexter lose and be gone from WWE. Where's he gonna go? Gonna go to AEW? Probably. They're not gonna get rid of Sam Shaw. I mean, come on now. I mean, really? Really? So yeah, Dexter versus The Miz next week. See if Miz can beat him. I don't think he can. So Dexter will be officially, he's gonna win. He's gonna be officially on the Raw roster. And that's pretty much it. Because everybody's thinking that the Vulture is Dexter. No! It is, you are wrong, sir. You are very wrong. Because if you watched on Extreme Rules when they showed the Vulture, Mercy the Vulture, did you see the shirt? Who wears that kind of shirt? Grayson Waller does. Oh, I did it. Grayson is going to be the Vulture, which makes no sense, but okay. People think it's Baron Corbin because he kind of wears those kind of shirts, but I never saw Baron Corbin wear a freaking Hawaiian shirt in my life. It's not Baron Corbin. Fuck him. God forbid it is. I mean, why? Why would Baron Corbin be in the Wyatt Six? It makes no sense. It's not Dexter. I don't think it is Dexter. I think it's Grayson Waller from the picture. Joe Gacy is Huskus the Pig. The Ramblin' Rabbit's Bo Dallas. Abigail, I don't know if it's going to be Liv Morgan. It could be Nikki Ashhole. It could be Alexa Bliss returning to her dark gimmick, which I think would be a great idea because she's going nowhere right now. But Liv's supposedly going to a darker gimmick. They showed a digital exclusive after she lost the belt, and she's like all the way in the corner somewhere, and then she's like, I don't want to talk to you, and we see like she has different color, like a dark color on her. And like really messed up face paint. I don't know what it was. So Liv is having a gimmick change. So she could be Abigail. Could be Nikki Cross going back to her sanity gimmick. Or just going to a new gimmick, period. As far as the Fiend goes, people saying it's Damian Priest. I don't think it might be, but that might be Baron Corbin, but I doubt. Why would Baron Corbin wear a mask? He should wear a mask, but, he sucks. But, I don't know. I think I probably have 3 out of the 5 people that are going to be these real-life portrayals of the dolls and everything. Grayson Waller, Joe Gacy, Bo Dallas, and probably either Liv Morgan as Abigail, Nikki Ashhole, and The Fiend. That's a toss-up. Who is going to be that? I mean, it's a big, kind of a, not a big guy, but I mean, he had a black suit on, so I was like, I could be Priest. Don't make no sense though. Unless Bray's gonna be the new leader of the Judgment Day, I don't think so. That'll make no sense either. Unless Damien's gonna, like, jump ship from Judgment Day, which I don't think he should. I don't know. We'll have to see how this plays out. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright, so next week, Dexter versus The Miz. And if Dexter wins, he gets a contract. The Miz loses, well, too bad for him. And that's it. So I gave that 2.25 out of 5 stars. Alright, then we go to your, well, I can't even say the bathroom break of the night, but 77-second match. Omos taking on, they said it name. Joseph Torres, Joey Ace, and Chico, I guess his real name is Robert Adams. Or they just gave him the name Robert Adams. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Omos beats the crap out of them. Wins with a double Great Khali choke slam. 1, 2, 3. Bing, bang, boom. That's it. Then afterwards, he beats the crap out of them. And, MVP's like, wearing a Nick hat. Fuck the Knicks. But, yeah. But, yeah, so almost had us like, not almost. MVP's like, oh, Solo? Take it easy. Why are you so crazy? Take it easy. So we had that. And we move on. So I gave that a dud because I didn't give 2 shits. Well, great to see Joey Ace. Great to see him. Great to see that man. Former Warriors of Wrestling heavyweight champion, No Limits champion. I think he won a tag titles once. I think. But he is a legend in Warriors of Wrestling. And that's all I gotta say about that. Alright. After that, we get the 5-minute look at Bray Wyatt's epic return from Extreme Rules. Still gives me goosebumps. And then we find out that, we got another video of, we saw that demon character. Creepy. That's that. Move on from there. Alright, then, we go to our next segment. We have the almighty Bobby Lashley, United States champion, comes out for a little chat about his upcoming match with Seth Rollins, the part 2. Lashley says, I've beaten everybody, like Drew McIntyre, Brock Lesnar, blah, blah, blah. Then he's like, Seth Rollins, you want to attack me from behind, get your ass out here right now. But instead of Seth Rollins, we got the Beast, Brock Lesnar, making his return. I didn't think he was going to even come back to the company. I guess Hunter said, hello, I'll give you some money. So Brock comes out, everybody's like, oh my God, Brock! So Lesnar walks around the ring like he owns the damn thing. And he gets inside, he gets the mic, the face like, holy shit, holy shit. And then he goes, well, holy shit. Then he says hi to Brooklyn. Says, hello, good evening, Brooklyn. And he goes, good evening, Bobby Lashley. Then he picks him up, F5s him. And then the face like, one more time. Brock has to oblige, hits a German suplex, takes him to Suplex City. Then he picks him up again, another F5. Then these idiotic Mark fans, one's like, I want to do it again. So, Brock was about to do it, then he locks Lashley in the Kimura lock. I thought he was going to break his arm, but he didn't. And then basically leaves Lashley laying in a heap. And then Lesnar grabs his cowboy hat, puts it on, and gets out. So that's that. So people were thinking, oh, we're going to see Bobby Lashley versus Brock Lesnar for the United States title, right? Wrong. I mean, what would Brock Lesnar do with the United States title? He wouldn't want that title. You're like Shane Douglas. I want a little trinket title. Why are you holding a trinket title? Look at my title. You sucked then, and you suck now. Pretty much. Alright, so we get that. So I gave that segment 3.5 out of 5 stars. Just amazing. I didn't think Brock was coming back. That was just a shock. But besides the Gallows and Anderson thing, that was a shock too. But Brock showing up was an even bigger shock. I mean, Hunter is doing some good shit. I mean, he has that Infinity Gauntlet, wrapped around 2 times. I mean, how many people have come back already? At least 12, 15 people at least? Somewhere around there? A lot of people and more are coming over. I can only imagine who's coming back next. I mean, another guy's coming back next week. That's Elias. So they took out the Ezekiel gimmick. Goodbye. No Elrod. No, nothing like that. Get out of here. Take Vince McMahon with you. That was a horrible gimmick. So, yeah, Elias is coming back next week. That's nice. Let me move on from there. All right, so after Brock comes out, we go to break. Lashley's being checked on by the referees and a medic, and about to take him to the back. And then Seth Rollins comes in with his taped ribs from, selling the injuries from his fight pit match with Riddle. So he gets in the ring. He says, "I want my title match right now," and he, says some shit to Bobby, and then Bobby's like, maybe I should just leave, or maybe I'll just forfeit the match. I don't know. But then Rollins, being Seth Rollins, calls Lashley, says, "Oh, you're a soldier. You're disgracing your country. That's un-American." Stuff like that. And Bobby got all pissed off, and he goes back to the ring, and the referee's like, "Do you want to have this match?" And the referee's like, "Ring the bell!" So they had this match, and even though Lashley gave it his all, but a 2.5-minute suckfest. And basically Rollins did what we all thought was going to happen. Thanks to Brock, he wins the United States title, and he's a two-time Grand Slam champion. He finally wins a belt after like 920? 928? It's been a while. 3 years without a title. That's sad for Seth Rollins, who's putting over people now. He put over Cody. He put over Riddle this year. I can only imagine who's going to be next that he faces and who faces him for the United States title. God forbid it's Riddle again. Why? Just to end the feud? Or maybe what they should do, this is what they should do. Seth holds the United States title until Cody comes back. Cody wins the United States title at the Royal Rumble or Day 1. That's what I would do. Hold it until Cody comes back and finish the feud. It's not over. They just wait for Cody to, Cody's pec muscle to get better, and he's working hard, but he's still got a long way to go. I don't think he's coming back to at least the Royal Rumble, but we'll see. And that's that. All right, so Rollins wins the belt, and I gave it 2.25 out of 5 stars. So thank you, Brock. But that's it. And then it's looking like we're gonna get Brock Lesnar and Bobby Lashley. Big beefy men slapping each other's meat. Well, not each other, but big beefy men slapping each other in the ring at Crown Jewel. That's the price of admission right there. So we kind of get a rematch from Day 1. So their third match in the span of a year almost. Crazy. And that's pretty much it. And we're gonna move on from it. All right. Then we go to break. We come back. We see Lashley swearing vengeance and wants Brock Lesnar on Raw next week. Well, I don't think they're gonna have a match. I think Brock's gonna come out and say, like, "No, I don't do it on your time. We're gonna do it on my time." Then maybe it gets announced they're gonna have a match at Crown Jewel, which will be a slobber knocker. And that's it. So I gave that 3 out of 5 stars. Then we get Bray Wyatt's mask. Hacking the feed. We see that demon-looking thing. And basically, he tells us to revel in what we are, like we saw a couple weeks ago with that guy holding the sign behind Michael Cole. So we saw that. That's just another Bray Wyatt hype tease for Friday night SmackDown. Look at that. All right, then I mentioned Elias coming back next week. Okay. And we move on. All right, then we go to your main event of the evening. Matt Riddle taking on Sami Zayn. We had the Usos at ringside. It was a pretty good match. Nothing great. Almost 16-minute match to end the show. Kind of went back and forth. Riddle kicks Sami in the chest to start. Hits a running forearm for a near fall. Sami comes right back with a right hand. Then some rope choking. Jay's able to get a boot in after off the distraction. But Sammy's like, no, I got this. You go, hang over there. Then Riddle sends Sammy to the floor. Sammy switches places, hits an Arabian moonsault. Hey, you're not fucking Sabu. Can't hit that. Anyway, he is a Muslim after all. Oh, you didn't think he wasn't, right? He is Muslim. So he hits that as we go to break. Come back, Riddle knocks him down, hits the Broton for a near fall. Then Sammy hits a Michinoku driver for a near fall of his own. Riddle gets up, knees him in the face out of midair after Sammy went up to the top rope for a move. Riddle then knocks Sammy outside, hits the springboard floating brew. As we go to our final break, we come back. Riddle hits a jumping knee, and then some rapid fire kicks to the chest. Basically knocks Sammy for a loop, and then he hits the good old fashioned Gilmore Kata. Bang! 1, 2, 3. Riddle gets the win over Sami Zayn in under 16 minutes. So we get that. And the match I gave 2.5 out of 5 stars. And that's pretty much it. So the user's like, you lost this, Sammy. Fuck you. Blah blah blah. Alright, so Riddle leaves and goes to the back, and no, we didn't see Bray Wyatt this time. But out comes Degeneration X on a Jeep. With a big freaking, tank Jeep. Or Jeep, I don't know what you call it. So they come out, with a big, tank-looking thing that shoots off a rocket. Blah, blah, blah. So they come out with Triple H this time. They get in the ring, they do the usual shit, the X's. And, stuff like that. And then, they do the usual shit. X-Pac gets on the mic. He says, I'm glad to be here. Quick shout out to China. Mamacita. Get that? Road Dogg does his usual, oh, ladies and gentlemen, stuff like that. And he says, the Road Dogg, Jesse James. And he points to the crowd, the badass Billy Gunn. And then freaking Corey Graves like, hey, isn't he working on an Office Max or something like that? Shut up. All right, then Triple H says it was 25 years ago when DX debuted. Says if anybody was watching back then, I was. He goes, you all aren't that old. And then Sean's like, I feel better now. And then we get, the catchphrases of Doom, and Sean asks the fans, will they put if they're going to be around for another 25 years to put them out of their misery. Some of us will probably be older as shit. And then that's that. And that ends Monday Night Raw. But a pretty damn good Monday Night Raw. For once, we get a good Raw. Probably the best of the year. And I gave it 7.5 out of 10 stars. But let me know what you motherfuckers thought of the show in a comment down below. Or a video response, whatever you want to do. And that's it. Alright, I gotta wrap it up because, you know who wants the time. So, I gotta get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. And NXT coming up in about an hour and a half. And that's it. So I will do my review probably tomorrow, along with that. And that's it. Thanks for watching. I'm Peter Gomez signing off. Peace out. Rock on, rock hard with your cool cute. And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man. Adios, bitches. See you next time.